G'day team, just Petey checking in with some more tool unboxings. This time I got the Kincrome Torx key set, so 25 piece. I've got all the tamper-proof Torx. Short arm, long arm, so I've never actually seen these ones. I've got the Kincrome Allen keys here. They've been pretty good. I like this case they're in, so I'm going to see what they're like in this guy. Wow, these things are always pretty awesome to undo. Yes, that's your box. Righto, so this is nice hard plastic. That should keep them pretty sweet. Yeah, righto. So we've got the stud there, just a protective stud. Same thing on this side. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. That's cheap plastic there. I don't know how long that's going to last, but yeah, they look like pretty good quality. They seem to be all marked out there. You can see that T55 CRV, I think that's chrome vanadium. They're finished in that black. Don't know whether that's an anodizing or just some kind of paint. We'll have a look. So they're the long arm ones. Then we got the short arm ones. So that's the Kincrome. Snap. Yep, so that's pretty cool. They will go well with the Allen keys. I got those to replace the trusty old Workzone ones from Audi. These are pretty good with the actual T-bar, and these are super big. These got both the Alley keys and also the Torx, but I found with these, the ones you most commonly use, the T26 whatnot, it's pretty stripped out and worn out. So they've had better days, but for the price, these have been rippers. And that case is bloody brilliant. It's pretty big, but it's always protected them and stuff, so that's what they're replacing. And then also picked up a set of these mini side cutters. Going to be doing a bit more of an install on Karen, my one and Marie, the pain in the ass Ranger. So this is a loom which plugs into an Alpine amp. The factory stereo does not have RCA out, so this takes line in from the actual speaker. Then that converts it to, I think they call it like a low volt signal, and then that will then power the speakers. I'm having a bit of issue with noise going through the truck. I'm not too sure what it is, but it's affecting the call quality, and with me in that truck all the time, making phone calls, whatnot, I'm hoping this is going to help. So these are the sideys, nice small ones. They're pretty tiny. I couldn't find these in a decent brand, so Bunnings Special Trojan it is. Better than Craft Rod, I guess. So they look alright. They're pretty smooth. I was looking at the jaws on the Matt Bunnos, and there was a bit of variance. Once again, cheap tools, cheap quality, but these look alright. These ones here actually line up when they bite together, which is alright. Other ones had the beak walking across and stuff, so they're a bit shit. So always mindful, just have a bit of a look at those cheap Bunnos tools. So that'll work. And then I've also gone for a set of cable cutters. I normally just use these old trusties, but sometimes they're not the best, and I figured these would be a lot cleaner cut, and they're also going to be pretty handy for the push bikes when I've got to cut the derailleur cable in the sheath, just to give it a nice cut so that end stopper, ferrite, whatever they call it, will cut square and then not get any movement for the bikes, because then that makes a pain in the ass for adjusting the derailleur. If there's any movement, it's no good. Lifetime warranty. Wow, I just noticed that. I'd like to see them back that. So what's the marketing guff they got on there? 5mm cutting capacity, spring loaded for easier cutting, suitable for copper and aluminium cable. So this might be alright for you 2-core plus earth. With your house electrics, lifetime warranty. So I bet you these are the terms and conditions where maybe that doesn't apply. Maybe it does, who knows. So get to this guy. So that's them. They got that mech release there. Oh yeah, so when we open the jaws fully on that, they'll look alright. The movement on that, yeah, that's pretty tight, pretty smooth. Got this old style spring in there like garden secateurs. So this is the cabling which is going to be powering that Alpine loom. So that is some J-Car special. What is this guy here? This is the um, 19 by 0.81 mil. The guys at J-Car were super helpful. They reckon this will handle, I think, maybe 15, maybe 30 amps, not too sure. But let's try these cable cutters on it. No stress, like a boss. That's pretty good. Nice clean cut. Yep, that's a ripper. So they're a win. Feel pretty good. Pretty compact size. Once again, they didn't have a decent brand at Bunnings for cable cutters in this size. They had like massive ones, which would like 20mm jobs, but that's way too big for what I use these for. That's going to shit it in. Well, might be a bit small for derailleur cables. Otherwise I'll get the Park tool one for the bike. They're always pretty good quality tools. Then I also got this 4-socket SIGI adapter, because I'm going to be hardwiring everything in the truck. There's a lot of things at the moment that hang off that cigarette 12-volt outlet. I've already got a triple extension socket in there, so that's driving the heated seats. The aftermarket Speedo, because the 35-inch tyres throw that out massive. It's also driving the Gator reverse cam, which has just been whatever. The experience on that's not great. And then also just mobile phone charger for that ILT phone cradle, fast charge, so that's good. So this should handle it. The guys reckon these are pretty good. What I liked about this is it's got the 1.2 meter lead, because this is going to be hidden behind the dash and then wired directly to the 12-volt battery on the truck. I'm going to run a relay, so when it gets accessory power, it'll get everything going. At the moment, those 12-volt outlets on the PX Rangers are live power all the time, so it's really painful just pulling in and out the current triple socket extension, because if you forget, I've had it sat there for overnight and whatnot, and it does sound a bit hesitant to start the big girl. Then I have to chuck it on the battery charger, so this is going to be better. You won't have to remember to unplug it all the time. So this is a 10 amp max out, so that might be pushing it with 4 different devices hanging off it, but we'll give it a go. And I have to keep this because each of those auxiliary items, the heated seats, that tacho, they all run a 12-volt SIGI socket to get the power, but then they've got like some kind of step-down proprietary power, blah, 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 whatnot. So I was hoping to hardwire each of them, but apparently not. So lucky I had a bit of think about that before doing it. So packaging junk, same thing on the back. J-Cast, not much more about that. The model number is PS 2019. Okay, so what do we got here? Looks like some double-sided mounting tape. 4 little screws there. So I generally will be cable tying this thing because there's going to be a lot hanging off that. And a fair bit of weight. So we got the actual power lead. Yeah, 1.2 meters on that. This is going to be bloody handy. Oh shit, it's got a fuse as well. I think if I put that to a 12-volt power line from the truck, which is already fused, we'll be able to negate that. That's a 15 ampere. Failing that, I can always hardwire, undo this, and then hardwire on the wires. The guys tell me that the center pin is your positive, and then the outer shield's a negative, so that should be pretty sweet. It's got a USB out. The guy said it's pretty low amp, which is junk, but it doesn't really matter because we'll have the actual phone cradle car kit coming in off that. So 12-volt DC socket. Got these cool little plugs, so we won't need those. Oh, they come off pretty easy, but it does bust that little thing in there, so won't need that. Won't need that. Won't need that. Won't need that. So too easy. So it's got your specs on there. So Digitech 10 amp 4-in-1 DC socket. It's giving us the USB outputs. 3 12-volt sockets. 1 cigarette lighter socket. I don't know why that's just not 4 of the same. So I think that's for USB 5-volt 1 amp, which is pretty pissy. You're not going to get a fast charge off that. But all that kit looks pretty sweet. Keen to give it a go and wire it all up. So yeah, that'll be today's project. Public holiday. Why not give stuff a go and just take a bit of a break? I love doing this stuff, but always got to make more time for it, so that's cool. Righto team, well, hopefully we'll give you an update on all these tools, and yeah, pretty happy with that. Alright, have an awesome day team. See ya.